It is known that EC sellers in the suburbs are amongst the top profit gainers. With all the buzz around ECs, what should you look out for when buying an EC to maximize your future profits? Hi, I'm Hui and welcome to my channel. So you might have come across this article published recently and are now wondering how you can be like one of these owners. Here are 3 factors that you can look out for. When it comes to determining the profitability of your EC unit, ensuring that there are potential buyers in the area is important. We call this the exit strategy. Let's take 2 ECs, Soul Acres and Westwoods in the West as an example. Using 4 bedders of both ECs, both units were purchased at $749 per square foot in 2015, but the owner of the Soul Acres unit made a profit of $769,000, which was much greater than a profit of $523,000 made by the owner of the Westwoods unit. Why is this so? The large difference in profits can be attributed to whether the ECs had surrounding BTOs that would fulfill its MOP by the time the EC MOPs. For Westwood, we can see that there is no BTOs that will reach its MOP in 2021 to 2023, whereas for Soul Acres, there were 6,116 units of BTOs that reached their MOP in 2022 and 2023, which is around the same time that Soul Acres units would fulfill its MOP. The owners of Soul Acres units were able to make a greater profit as there is greater demand coming from a pool of HDB upgraders who can comfortably afford the down payment from their cash proceeds of their BTO. Assuming that these HDB upgraders are looking to buy a 3-bedroom unit in Soul Acres, which has an average selling price of $1.31 million in the past 1 year, the down payment of 25% with stamp duty will be $364,500. Bearing this in mind, let's take a look at the average cash proceeds that the surrounding BTO owners would make. The median 4-room BTO price in Choa Chu Kang is $320,000, while the average selling price of a newly MOP resale 4-room unit in the same area is $555,000. The estimated gross cash proceeds stands at $235,000, and based on my experience, a typical owner of a newly MOP BTO would have about $150,000 in his CPF. So the total potential funds works out to be $385,000. This is sufficient to at least pay for the down payment of the Soul Acres units, which means that the surrounding BTO owners would be able to upgrade to the resale EC easily. In addition, being within 1 km to a primary school will also greatly widen your potential pool of buyers, as parents who wish to enroll their children in the Primary 1 cohort will choose to live nearby. Therefore, this puts your unit in a very favorable position as there's renewed demand every year. Secondly, unique to ECs is the advantage of a point block layout, which is often overlooked by EC buyers. Let's take Altura's EC site as an example. There are only 4 units per floor, with each unit having their own corners. There is also an absence of long corridors to each unit, which has allowed the developer to use the space efficiently to build more living area and facilities. More importantly, this point block layout will appeal to HDB upgraders who value privacy, making it easier to sell your unit in the future. Lastly, studying the price gap between the ECs at the time of launch and its surrounding new private properties can point towards whether there is more room for price appreciation. Let's take a look at the price gap between the Wells and High Park residences. Both properties were launched in 2015, with High Park residences being 15% more expensive on average. Fast forward to today's resale market, the Wells EC managed to close the price gap to just 6% in 2023, which resulted in a higher return for its owners. This is possible because upon the MOP of an EC, the potential pool of buyers not only includes Singaporeans, but it expands to include PRs who are now looking for something new and ready to move in. ECs, being a property with full facilities, will be seen as a private condominium eventually, therefore allowing owners of ECs to sell their units close to what the neighbouring private condos are transacting at. Furthermore, most EC owners buy for their own stay, so they are less likely to sell their unit when the market is doing well, compared to private condos bought for investment. Therefore, the supply of EC units for sale will most likely be lower than the supply of private condos for sale in the same area. This lack of supply and continued demand for EC units can help to narrow the price gap. Having said that, if you are unable to fulfill HDB's eligibility rules and regulations for buying an EC, there are still pockets of opportunities available in the private market. If you have any questions on my topic today, feel free to leave your comment below and I'll get in touch with you shortly. See you in my next video.